I think we fixed it, guys. It looks smooth now. I think I'm just having connection issues today. It doesn't look to be my computer, so that's good news, you know? Because I don't want it to be terrible after having done an upgrade, but it definitely doesn't look to be my computer. I think it's just a bad connection today, so not sure what the reason would be for that. Hello, Robin. How are you doing? Who else came by when I didn't see? Hello to everybody. I hope you're well. Um, I have just started coloring in and darkening up some of the areas of her hair, just so I can get some, some contrast in. So, hello, Toverkin! Oh my goodness! Subscription for 6 months now? That is ages! So long. You've been one of my longest supporters ever. Thank you so much, Doverkin. Really appreciate it. It was awesome fun hanging out with you on Dark Guy's stream yesterday as well. Really enjoyed that. So, I have to try and add some more contrast. So I'm going to go in with some darker paint first, and then I'll gradually go darker and darker as we go. But yeah, how was you guys this weekend? What did you all do? I know that you were moving, Ren, so it probably wasn't the best weekend for you. It was, and you're so glad. Yeah, it really was. I was surprised to see you there, actually. I really didn't expect that. But no, it was heaps fun. Totally heaps fun. I'm gonna pull up the original sketch that I did just so I can have a better look at things. Because I need to get the contrast looking similar, and if I can refer to that original sketch, that'll definitely help. Because I want to get her hair nice and chunky, essentially. So you're still moving. Maddie's currently carrying out couch down the stairs. Oh my goodness. That how do you have internet? Are you on a mobile device? You got a phone call from a film school you want to apply to. They sent you a conditional offer of acceptance. You'd start full time in September. Oh my goodness, that is great news, Robin. So happy for you. How awesome and exciting is that? That is the best news ever. So, so happy for you. So, do you know what role you'll be playing for that, or is it just will you know at the time? Oh, thank you, Doverkin. Thank you. This is actually my mum threw out this coat because she just I don't know, she didn't like it. And it's so snuggly and warm. So I was like, no way you're throwing that out. I'm taking it, you know. And it has definitely helped a lot to keep me warm in the last few days. So, because it's been getting cooler here, a lot cooler, which I don't love, you know. I'm not a fan of the cold. But I'm really picky. I actually hate when it's like boiling summer and I hate when it's freezing cold. I like when you can wear coats and things, but not have to layer so much that you freeze no matter what you do. So I guess I'm just really picky. And you don't get to just be picky all the time. So I got to be grateful for the weather we do have, you know? It's exciting and a little scary. I bet. Yeah, definitely. All that's left in this apartment is the bed, the computer desk, and your animals. That is so funny, isn't it? Seeing your home all emptied out. It's the weirdest feeling ever. Definitely. Are the pets gonna have a nice space at the new place? Like, have you already decided where you're gonna put them? 'It's 15 there today, which you think is perfect. See, I think that's too cold. For me, it has to be like at least 18 or over, but not like probably like 28 degrees max. That's where I would say it gets to a point where I'm no longer happy with it. 25 is your max. Well, 25 is comfortable, but I don't mind when it gets a little warmer than that. So do you prefer colder temperatures than Rin? You do screenplay writing, so you're super excited for you. So do you know what role you'll be getting, Robin? You get to experience a bit of everything, but you're super interested in script writing and production. Okay. The new place will be a really nice setup for the pets. You'll share photos once it's all moved in. Yeah, definitely do. I would love to see their new spaces. Moving can be kind of stressful for pets as well. I've noticed like Zazu took it pretty okay when we moved, but my other parrot when we had her it was a lot worse for her. She would always stress out like we were gonna leave her or something, and she just didn't understand it. It always made her extremely anxious whenever we moved. It was just, yeah, incredibly sad to see. So I always tried to spend a lot more time with her whenever we did a move. You know, just so she knew we weren't gonna just ditch her and leave her all on her own. I think it's just all the to and fro. Seeing people come hustling in and about and all that just kind of made her feel really anxious. You're starving, so you're going to get some food. Yeah, definitely do, definitely do. It's almost about half an hour till lunchtime here, so I'll probably make a break and, have lunch with my dad. But not yet. Really would like to see a lot of progress in this painting today. So I really want her hair to have that gorgeous dark look. The way her hands are sticking out, it looks like she's the one who pushed Humpty Dumpty. I guess so. It definitely does, doesn't it? She does look kind of mean, but realistically, she doesn't have to actually touch him because she's got powers, so she can just push Humpty with her mind if she wanted to. Well, luckily, she's not in the same story, so this is a different piece. This girl is doing telekinesis, lifting rocks up from the ground. Exactly. Yeah, so she's a little bit weird. And she was always too scared to use her magic powers because she felt like it made her, it made her strange and made her feel left out. So she always hid her powers. And then there came a day when she was just like, you know what, screw it. I'm going to just be me and I'm going to let loose. And that is what this piece is all about. So it's essentially she's owning up her magic, being proud of who she is and letting go. Thank you for the bits, Dovakin. She definitely has telekinetic powers. Yeah, she definitely does. Definitely does. Thank you so much for the bits. Hi, Glittercraft. How are you doing? Now you really have to go. No worries, Dovakin. I hope you have a good rest. I'm imagining you're going to sleep. You're doing well. A chill Sunday so far. How am I doing? Well, for me, it's Monday, so we're a little bit ahead. We're a bit from the future over here. But I had a really good weekend actually, a really busy weekend. My brother graduated, so we went to the university to celebrate that, attend his ceremony, and after that, we went to a really nice restaurant and I had the most delicious food. It was amazing. I can show you guys pictures in Discord if you like. But yeah, it was so delicious. And yeah, we don't really go out all that often to eat at places, so it was especially nice. It is a big deal. Yeah, it's a really big deal. He actually graduated with first class honors in math, which is really amazing. Um, I'm so proud of him because I cannot do math to save my life. So to me, that is like the most amazing achievement that there ever could be. And he worked really, really hard for it as well. So he really deserves it. I'm so happy for him. And now he has a really good job as well. So even better. So happy for him. Yeah, it's kind of weird seeing your younger siblings, um, you know, do these amazing things, things that you kind of feel like you could never do. Because you always see them as younger than you, and you always look at them in a way where you have to be protective over them, you have to help them. And then when they grow up and they, learn things that you can't do, it's kind of amazing, it's kind of like, wow, this little creature that I grew up with being so protective over is now so independent. It's an incredible feeling. Please tell me I still call him the little creature all the time. I call him my little brother all the time, but yeah, not exactly little creature. But yeah, thinking about how they were when they were like little, kind of reminds you of them being little creatures. So, well, her hair is definitely getting a lot more depth to it now, and you can really see the layers of the hair coming out. It's really looking like seaweed, which is exactly what I wanted. You're the youngest sibling, but you definitely know how that feels watching your older sisters achieve amazing things. Yeah, it's incredible, and you're so happy for them. One of your nicknames is Little Creature. That is adorable. Really adorable. You're late? No worries, Abby, no worries. I hope you get some coffee and properly wake up. For sure, math isn't the strongest subject either, and my brother is also really good at it. Yeah, he definitely, oh, your brother is also really good at it. Yeah, I feel like, just from what I've seen in general, artists don't seem to have a really good grasp on maths in general. I don't know why. We just, our minds think differently, I suppose. And, the logical side of our brains is just not as developed, I guess. That's why we're so creative. So, yeah, we just all think differently. And yeah, having had a lot of conversations with other artists, it just seems like none of them like maths. So, I guess I'm not the only one, which does make me feel a little bit better. Does. Uh, it's a gorgeous seaweed hair. Yeah, exactly. It's brown, but you think the white balance is picking up the colors a little funny. I don't think her hair is brown. It is supposed to be green. So yeah, my two screens display it a little bit differently, but no, it is meant to be green. So it's just got a little bit, like a couple different other colors worked into it as well. You're the middle child, so you get forgotten. Oh no, oh no. I feel like that sometimes people feel that way, but not all middle children feel that way. I think it's just like because society has kind of ingrained it a lot into people's minds, they end up thinking that that's true, but middle children are really, really special. Maths is hard for you too, since you're neurodivergent. I've heard about this word neurodivergent, but I've not learned a lot about it so far. I've only read up a little bit that it's something to do with people thinking a little bit different, like their minds just not functioning in the same ways that everyone else's does, so just different ways of thinking. Um, but I wasn't really familiar with it. I feel like probably a lot of artists are very, very likely like that, that is just how we think. So, but I'm not quite sure if that's what the meaning is behind it. You're just dumb. I don't think that's true. No one's dumb. People just all have different strengths. That's what it's about. You're also colorblind. Oh my goodness. That must make art really difficult. How colorblind are you exactly? Like completely or just to some colors? You like tentacles, this hair. Oh, you like her tentacle hair? Yeah, I really wanted to give her like creepy, out of control, really unkempt hair, but it was kind of inspired by the artist Brett Manning, and she actually has the hair that looks like this, so it's really, really cool hair. And I really felt like it suited this character, so I wanted to do a piece that um, I could play around with hair like hers and also just do a character that kind of inspired me about her in some ways as well. Neurodivergent is basically a broad term that covers autism, ADHD, etc. Anything that isn't a typical brain. Okay, got it, got it. Yeah, so I think it's very likely that, we don't know how many people, have different ways of thinking. And I think it's really great that we're learning to understand that not everybody does think the same ways, right? Math and science were your best subjects. Really? And you're an artist, but you feel like math and science were your best subjects? That's interesting. You like my camera setup? You're still troubleshooting how to position everything for your stream. Oh, okay. If you like, Blooms Twice, send me a DM on Discord and I can show you a photo of my whole setup. So the behind the scenes setup pictures. It'll possibly help. I don't know. I can definitely give you some links to some of the arms that I've purchased to set it up and how I've done my lighting. I feel like lighting is really, really important, much more important than anything else, even more than cameras. So you probably are too, but you've not been diagnosed with anything. Well, yeah, it's like that's what I mean, how many people are that way but just haven't been diagnosed, right? We don't know. And I think the main thing to take away from that is you're not like there's nothing wrong with you if that is the case. If you think differently, there's nothing wrong with you. Sometimes there could actually be something better with you. So it's definitely not something that's going to hold you back. It's probably just going to make you even better. You have tritanopia, so you struggle with shades of green and blue. It's usually only when they are next to each other, but also you can also sometimes, or you also sometimes can't see certain shades at all. They just look brown. Oh, right. So that's probably why you're seeing the drawing as brown. It is a very like muddied green, to be fair. Um, so like I can even imagine like someone with normal vision thinking that it could be a brown, but yeah, it's definitely got a green tint to it. But I can imagine why that would be hard for you to see. Lighting is very important. Pointing a ring light at the wall so it reflects is a good tip. That is so true, Rin. Yeah, definitely. Because reflected light can be a lot more diffused, and so you won't get that really stark, circular glare that you can get with some lights. Sure, you're kind of limited with your space, but you like to see my setup. Yeah, space can be so hard, right? Trying to manage how to fit in everything, especially for streams. I mean, you're already trying to fit in your art materials and everything else, and yeah, it can get so difficult to try and fit in a stream as well, right? Definitely not easy. You used to be so good at math and science that they introduced Common Core here, and it's absolutely atrocious and really messed you up. What exactly is Common Core? I don't know what that is. Is that like um, a different course that you took or something, or what exactly is that? It's the new way of doing math that is super tedious. Okay, okay, it's an American thing. A new way to do math that is supposed to be easier, but it's really not. So why do they keep using it then? Thankfully, that was introduced years after you graduated. You would have failed if you had to do that. Oh my goodness. You almost did? Common Core is dumb. I've never heard of it. I'm really glad we don't have it over here. Hopefully we don't get it because, we tend to follow everything the US does. Just we're just a few years behind in general. I don't know why they like to follow everything you guys do, even if it's terrible. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna do that as well. Following the same hole. Don't understand it. Why can't we just be different and do our own thing? But they think that you guys over there in the States, have this advanced technology and experience and research, and so if you guys are doing it, it must be good. And that's not to say that, people like the States don't have good things. They do, but I feel like it needs to just be considered, on a case by case basis rather than just adopted mindlessly, whether or not it's bad. Well, her hair is definitely getting this beautifully dark. That's exactly what I wanted. Canada is just here hanging out, still having Kmart and Toys R Us, and everything that the States has closed down. Well, that's good. I love Toys R Us, but ours closed down as well, so we no longer have it. We still have Kmart though. They think it's better. You have a younger brother who's learning Common Core and you don't understand it. He ends up crying because you try to figure it out the old school way and he has to do it the Common Core way. You hate it. Yeah, that is awful. That is so, so tragic. They should allow people to be able to figure it out both ways, so like, if it's meant to be easier, then they should still reward you for being able to achieve it the old way, right? At least I would think so. But I guess I just don't want to make it harder to mark for teachers and everything. Common Core doesn't prepare kids for higher maths such as calculus, physics, fluid dynamics, thermodynamics. See, that's a problem then. Um if it doesn't give you a good foundation to transfer into university degrees, essentially all they're doing is trying to find a cheap way to let people finish high school and be able to do basic math, but then those people who want to go on and continue into math are really going to struggle, and I don't think that that's a good thing. You learned about maths and stuff from YouTube and stuff, but nothing from schools. You hate how they teach. Well, I can't really say what it's like in public schools because I was homeschooled, so I had to teach myself. We had a curriculum we had to work through when I was younger, so it was actually an American curriculum. Um, but it was like, I felt happy because I could move at my own pace. And, I was really lucky in the sense that my mum was actually a qualified teacher. So she was able to, make sure we didn't have any gaps in our knowledge or anything like that, which is really, really good. And some of our schooling, like some of the curriculum we worked through, was actually Australian, but predominantly it was an American curriculum. Oh, I love the dark bits over her face. They're definitely adding a lot of dimension to her. You never heard about this common core? Well, apparently it's an American thing, napalm. They'll fail you if you don't do it common core. That is stupid. Yeah, that is just ridiculous. Hello, two dads. How are you doing? I'm good tonight. I'm really good. Well, today. For me, it's daytime, so it's about 12:49 p.m. So, yeah, I'm doing really well. I'm really enjoying working on this painting. I love how contrasted she is becoming, which is awesome. How was your weekend, two dads? You would give up your American upbringing to be Australian because of sausage rolls. Man, you love sausage rolls. I actually only recently found out that America doesn't have sausage rolls, and I was like, oh my goodness, how the heck can America not have sausage rolls? I would die because it's like one of my favorite takeaways ever. If you ever have kids, you plan to homeschool them. Same, Ren, same, yeah. There's way too much bullying, way too much like just I don't know, your kid becomes a number. And if they fall behind in public schools, they're behind and no one cares. Whereas if you are able, to properly do it at home, you are much more invested and much more, able to spot when they're falling behind. They don't grow up with, all those insecurities because people shred them down while they were younger. I feel like they'll grow up with a lot more confidence, which is really, really important in this world. So, those are my reasons why I would not want my kids in a public school. But, not everybody has the choice, not everybody has the means. So, it's really, really sad. Hello, Queen Melissa. How are you doing? Hope you're well. You want to do homeschool, but you're unable to at the current time. Why exactly is that, two dads? Wouldn't it be easier at the current time? Or are you meaning because you've got nobody at home? Oh, thank you for the subscription, Melissa. 4 months in a row. That is so long. Thank you. Really appreciate all your ongoing support. We're just working on my little magic girl, the telekinetic one, so hopefully I'll finish her today. Feel like that should be a good goal to set for the day. You hear Zazu. Yeah, he's very active right now. He's He's sitting on his branch and yeah, he's really, really happy. Both of you work and can't yet, hopefully someday. Yeah, I can understand that. It's really difficult if you can't afford to, have somebody at home and you can't leave the kids at home alone and expect that they'll, study. They obviously have to have somebody engaged and helping them. So that's what I meant, not everybody can afford to do that. So yeah, I feel like I was really lucky to have been able to have that opportunity. You're doing great. Gonna eat some dessert. Oh, what are you having? I had the most delicious creme brulee for my brother's graduation dinner the other day, and it was so good. It had berries. It had some Baileys in, and then it had this like crumble on it as well. It was so delicious. I loved it. Completely loved it. Some French toast and ice cream. Nice, nice. That's a really good combination. Do you have any like berries you can add to that? Now you want ice cream, even though you'll regret it. Yeah, well, I don't know. Ice cream isn't too appealing right now because it's very cold here. But I did have the most delicious ice cream last night. It was like this ice cream cookie and it's really soft and delicious. So they're some of my favorites. Well, her hair is now beautifully dark, so we're making good progress today. And I think I need to darken her eyebrows as well, just to give her, you know, a little more emphasis on her face. So I'm gonna do it in graphite as well once I'm done. Not gonna be the final piece, but I just want to do it very lightly. Sadly, the piece of enzyme you're missing, lactose pills can't do anything for you. You can only have vegan ice cream, which you can only have vegan ice cream, which you love. Um, no berries actually. You wish you had some apples. That would be really lovely with it, wouldn't it? Well, I'm so sorry to hear that you're lactose intolerant, Appy, but wouldn't there be like some other alternatives to ice cream that are very similar you could have? Tomorrow you will build your table for drawings. You already bought iron and wood. That sounds awesome. Do show us a picture once you're done. Most humans are intolerant to dairy since we really aren't meant to consume, but a lot of people are actually allergic to dairy, which is different, and then lactose pills don't help. I didn't know that. That is very interesting. So let us see if I can go a shade darker in some of these areas. Because I really, really want that beautiful contrast to shine through, you know. Of course, there are plenty of alternatives, just a bit hard being the only one in the family, so you'd rather suffer a bit than have them spend more money. That makes sense. I understand that. And a lot of those alternatives are probably like very expensive as well. Well, I am loving this darker shade. It's gorgeous. Oh, my alarm's gone off. So it's about lunchtime for me, guys. So I'm gonna make a quick break, and I reckon once I come back, I can probably finish up the hair, and from there on, we can start with the graphite. So I'll make a quick break, gonna grab some lunch, and I'll see you guys afterwards. So give me about 10 minutes, and I'll be back. Hang on. So I put some sausage rolls in the oven, so lunch is not gonna be just yet. So I'm gonna wait for them to, to warm up, and then I'll have some lunch later. So I think I'm gonna finish the rest of her hair now, hopefully before the sausage rolls get warm. Hope I'm not a tease for all of those of you in the States. There we go. It's kind of funny. The more you paint, the more you start seeing, I don't know, your style changing, your style developing, I suppose, is the better word for it. And it's really not within your control. It's really, really just something that develops on its own the more you create. It's interesting. My art is amazing. Thank you, Snorlax. Really appreciate that. Okay, so I am very, very happy with where her hair is at the moment. I feel like it's got a beautiful, beautiful, layering to it, which is exactly what I wanted. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna go that much darker, but I do feel like maybe I wanted to pop a little bit more. I don't know. Don't want to overdo it. Probably is already at a nice level, so I might just leave it the way that it is. We'll see, we'll see. I think I'm gonna start by just adding some more, different definitions to other areas of the piece. And if I still feel like it needs more contrast, then I'll add some more. But until then, I think I'm gonna leave it. So how was your weekend, Snorlax? You love her expression. Those eyebrows just spell trouble. They do, don't they? They really do. I did want her to have like a really mischievous look about her, so hopefully I have achieved that appropriately. So I do think I need to add some more purple layering, just to the bottom, especially the bottom areas of her dress, because they're looking just a little um, too blank and too white. So I'm gonna do that. I feel like that's probably all I want to do because the rest is essentially just going to be done with the graphite. So I reckon it's time to start adding that definition in. Hopefully she'll start coming to properly coming to life. The only thing that's still bugging me slightly is I would like her I think I'd like her face a little bit darker, so I might just try and do that very lightly. So just the skin areas I feel like could go slightly darker. But yeah, I've just darkened it up a little bit more. Might just go a shade darker as well, but I don't want to go too dark. There we go, that's probably a bit better. Just so I have a more wholesome shape for her face. Because I don't want to do everything in graphite, it's going to just go a little bit too muggy, and I don't want that look. There we go. You're excited for the graphite shading. It's your favorite part. It's my favorite part too, because I always get to see her come properly to life when it's that part. But yeah, I'm just gonna let her dry for a couple seconds. Um, I need to make a plan for the background as well. So, the bottom section, I'd like to do a little bit of like a faded gradient. So I'm gonna try and just go mix up a very light green and see how I feel about that. But first I want to wet the paper properly. So hopefully I can get a nice gradient mix. You know, you need it to be just the perfect wetness, not too much and not too little. just want to try and lift off some of the paint so I can get a nice, beautiful gradient here. So I want to give it that look that it's sort of faded into the mist, you know. Hopefully I can create a bit of a horizon line that way. But it doesn't have to be super strong because it is misty. So it's okay, we can barely see it. There we go. So I'm going to go a shade darker down the bottom. Hello, Jason. How are you doing? Hope you're well. So hopefully by the time that I come back from lunch later, this will all be set and dry and I won't have too much issue, you know, working through it because currently it is quite wet. I need to be fairly careful what I do. But it's definitely now got, I don't know how well you guys can see it on your screens, but it's not showing terribly well on my secondary screen, so I don't know. Glad to hear you're good, Jason. That's awesome. Oh, almost made part of her foot disappear, so I just gotta work that back out. Don't wanna see her foot disappearing into the mist as well. We want that part to stay clear if we can. Maybe hold it up in the face cam? How exactly? In the studio scene? I don't want to do it just yet because it's still got that fairly wet feel to it. So I don't want the paint to be, you know, I don't want the paint to be dripping down where it shouldn't drip. So I'll do it a little bit later, just not right now. When it's more dry, that's all right. Yeah, definitely when it's more dry, I can lift it up to the face cam. But my two cameras are the same, so the colors are not going to be different on the, like, depending on where I show them, unfortunately. That's right. So I'm really happy with the little bit of layering I'm getting, you know. Definitely very happy with that. So I reckon I can start with some of the graphite on some of the areas on her face because her face feels pretty dry. So let's start with, I'll pick my thinnest pencil and we'll start adding some details to her face because that's really gonna bring her to life. So I've got my original sketch up on the left side, so I can refer back to it. And I'm gonna add highlights and gouache as well. Once I'm completely done, we'll go over and do all of that. Have I ever painted a goat? I don't think so, no. Not from what I remember, but they're really adorable. I wouldn't mind painting one, for sure. So, I'm sure at some point I will paint one. Goats are neat. My mum loves goats. She used to grow up on a farm, so they had all the different kinds of animals, and yeah, I wish I grew up with goats. They're so cute. But unfortunately, I grew up in the city. Not too many goats for me. When I was a kid, some of our friends had us take care of one of their pet ducks, and I loved the duck. But then one day, the duck just decided it was no longer gonna cuddle with me. It was just from that point onwards gonna eat me. And as a kid, I was horrified. So I went from cuddling this duck to being terrified of it. It was really sad because it was my best friend, you know. I feel like she needs just a little pink on her lips. So I'm gonna try and give her a little shade of pink. I don't want it to look like she's wearing lipstick, but I just do want to give her that little bit of color, you know? You'd love me to see me do a Krampus piece. I probably would because there was actually a prompt for that I think one year in Halloween. So yeah, and I do Halloween every year, so I probably will. Maybe it'd make really good Christmas cards, you know? after you watch The Witch, you have another view on the goats. I haven't watched that, so I can't say that I would know. Looks scary. Looks very scary. So I don't want to go while it's too wet, but now I've wetted that, so it's a bit tricky. Should probably just leave it and stop messing with it while it's that wet. So I'll do her eyebrows. Do her eyebrows. I'm just going to put in that collarbone shadow as well. The background is starting to blend in beautifully. Like when it dries, it actually gets a gorgeous different look. I'll show you guys now. So Rin actually asked us to show the painting in the full face scan, so I can do that now that it's a little bit more dry. I'll switch up to full face cam, and here we go. So this is what she's looking like at the moment. Try and get it to not blur her out completely. There we go. So she's beautifully contrasted, but yeah, it struggles a lot against this light. She's very small. She's just an A4 size, but she's gonna be lovely. Completely lovely. It's more creepy than scary. Okay, it's desensitized to horror. Okay. There's this other horror movie about when you look at this creature, it consumes you or eats you, but if you don't look at it, it actually leaves you alone. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. So I'm gonna start on her hands, because that's one of the drier bits that I can actually work on right now. It's actually raining outside. Hasn't really rained this much in a long time, so it's really good. There's a lot of movie monsters that leave you alone if you don't look at them. I'd have to be more specific. I don't know. I only saw a brief trailer about one, so I don't know. You know a lot about horror. You probably know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you probably would. Um, I don't know. All I know is there was this guy and the girl in one room, and the guy looked at it and it ate the guy. And that's all I saw. So I don't know. Really, all the hints I have about that movie. Okay, so now it's actually lunchtime, so I will be right back, guys. Um, and I'll just leave it like this so you guys can actually look at the drawing. I'm gonna go enjoy some sausage rolls, and I don't know if it's new, Ren, I'm not sure. Probably. I would imagine it's fairly new. But yeah, okay, so lunch break for me, and I will be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. So see you guys soon. Hello, guys. Thank you for waiting so patiently for me. I just finished lunch, so back at my painting session once again. Hopefully, the rest of the paper is now dry, which it looks to be. So that is awesome. I'm really, really happy about that. Hopefully, I can fix up this little spot that slightly just went out of whack when I fiddled around with it, you know. Sometimes not great to fiddle around too much with certain areas, but you know. Oh, thank you for the follow, Spittoon. Not sure how to say that, but thank you so much. You know, you know more movies than 80s and 90s. You've not watched The Nun yet, but it's on your to watch list on Netflix. I've not seen The Nun. Haven't seen any ads about it at all. Hellraiser, Freddy, Jason, etc. Classic horror from the 70s and 80s are your favorite for sure. Can you send me a list, Rin, please, of some of your favorites? Because I am looking for good ones. And sometimes I just watch them and they're like, you know, not always the best. So I'm looking for just some new things to try. Okay, so hopefully, I'm sure her face is now dried. So I'm gonna have a look and see if I can work it up a little. You cannot do better than Nekaki. Your nickname is a mess. Oh, seriously, like finding a nickname that isn't taken is so hard. So you're not alone. You're definitely not alone. But you prefer Stephen King is Mist. Is that a horror movie? Maybe Spootin is easier. Let's go with Spootin then. Sounds really cool. The end of the Mist makes you so mad. But yeah, you love that book as well as the film. The TV show was not great in your opinion. Sometimes TV shows don't do justice to books. Um, I feel like it's just because either they try to change the story too much or who knows. They said Spooden is okay. Got it. Let's go with Spooden then. Whereabouts are you from, Spooden? Don't even get you started on the mist ending. Why? What did they mess up with the mist ending? Hopefully, I'm making her hair just a little bit more tentacly. You know, she's got to look like a seaweed octopus. Then I know I've nailed her look properly. Then I'll be happy. You don't want to spoil it for anyone, but let's just say it's frustrating. Right, got it. You can DM it to me if I'm curious. Yeah, please do. Please do. You're watching from Hungary. Oh, okay. That's awesome. What time is it for you in Hungary at the moment? Shouldn't it be super early? I reckon it should be like around about 5 a.m. in the morning. Or am I wrong? Maybe 6. So her tiny fingers are slowly coming to life with all this extra depth I'm adding. It's 6:26 a.m. right now, super early. Yeah, I was gonna say it should be about that time. It's about to be 1 a.m. nighttime best time. Wow, you guys are usually up super late. I'm really happy that I've started the streams a little earlier now, so some of you guys in the States can make it. Well, it's a little hard for people from Europe to make it properly because as I said, it's so early for you guys. But I can't accommodate for everybody, you know, I gotta keep to a schedule that also works for me. So and this works really well for me. So I've kind of kept at this schedule now for quite a long time. I'm a lot more awake during the daytime. Um, Strange enough, like I'm really good at staying up late, but I just found that streaming when it's late was tiring me out so bad. I really just preferred streaming during daytime. So that's why we've changed. This is looking so amazing. You love the expression. Thank you, Eva. Thank you. Welcome back. Glad you're having a good day. You DM'd it to me. Cool, awesome. I'll go have a look after the stream and check it out. Mist, you like the movie and the book, the creatures in the movie too, especially that spider with a skull face. You really want to tattoo this spider, but you can't find any pic on the internet. Well, you could do like a screen grab of the movie and just like show some artists that reference. Artists are really incredible at like pulling things out of, you know, maybe a picture that isn't fully formed yet, because they can use their own creativity to fill in the blanks, so you never know. They might be able to just do that for you. One of my favorite things to draw is lace. It's just, it's so much fun. I don't know why. It's just, you can add so many little details to it and just give it its own sense of life. So I really love drawing lace on my characters, like dressing them up in lace because it's just so much fun to draw. Yeah, definitely a screenshot of the movie would be useful as a reference. Exactly. Yeah, you could definitely do that. It sounds like a really cool tattoo as well, Napalm. Very, very cool idea. Do you maybe know who the original artist of that, the concept art of that movie is? Like maybe they've posted some of their own work separately, and I'm sure they would, if you could maybe purchase one of their books, it could have some of that stuff in it. Who knows? Here is some concept art from The Mist. Let me have a look. Oh my goodness. This is some really cool stuff. Really, really cool stuff. I love that bat-like creature with the two eyes that looks like some kind of dinosaur. Well, I see a spider, but it doesn't look like the spider with a skull head. So, wow, it looks really cool though. What dedication, they made all of these, like actually physically made them. That is really cool. This guy, your dream work. Oh, well, it's glad that you're admiring their work so much and, you know, wanting to keep a piece of their stuff with you, I think is splendid. She's slowly, slowly coming to life, just getting tiny little details added to her. Gotta see how I did her little nose. Grey widowers, the spiders, are the size of dogs. No, thank you. You're good without that. I don't know. They could be cuddly. You don't know that. Maybe they're friendly. The spider webs are corrosive, so anything just melts. That is not friendly. Yeah, well, maybe they can't help it. Did you think about that? Maybe they're like, I want to make friends, but my spider webs corrode everything and I need to eat. I can't help it. Imagine the looks when you take your spider for a walk. Yes. I did a drawing of a girl taking her spider for a walk. It's on my Instagram account. And another artist actually made a 3D model out of it. Like it wasn't printed, but he designed a 3D model. I think his name on Instagram is Texan Sculptor, but I'm not sure if it has like other numerals or stuff behind it. But yeah, it was really cool. I want to collaborate with him to print my Ghost Bunny model as well. It was so special that he did that. You love The Thing. You know what, Ren? I really want to watch The Thing, but because I want to watch it so badly, I want to watch it like with my sister, who really loves horror movies, and we just haven't had a time to sit down and watch it. So up until now, I still haven't watched it. Another classic movie is The Thing. Charles, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you. What are you doing over here? So, guys, Charles is a fantastic concept artist who specializes in weird characters and creatures. In his stream, you will often see him working on his own story called the Agalist. If I'm saying that correctly, I'm not sure. Do correct me if I'm wrong. So Rin has actually specially done little bio intros for our favorite special friends who regularly raid us. So yeah, if you notice that anyone's left out, please let us know. We'd love to add more of you guys. So were you streaming today, Charles, or were you just chilling out? So guys, if you don't know Charles's work already, you have to go and check it out. He is one of the most unique and creative streams here on Twitch. You have to check out his work. Oh, yesterday you streamed. Got it. Found this spider picture just like you imagined. Do you have a link? Would you be able to show us? Do you like spiders, Charles? We're having a conversation about spiders at the moment. By the way, how's your bunny cage coming along? You were just talking about weird horror creatures and concept art, so you actually showed up at the perfect time. Yeah, you did, Charles. You really did. Yeah, we were talking about some of the spider creatures in the mist. Not good. You're gonna buy a bunny cage soon. Oh, okay. So the building didn't work out, did it? Well, I cannot wait for you to have bunnies. My sister moved her bunnies out, so she recently moved and the bunnies are no longer living here. They were right outside my window. I was so happy. So I'm a bit sad missing them, you know. Don't get to see the adorable fluffs anymore, but I'm happy because they are much, much more spoiled at where they are now. They've got a large space to run in and they get cuddles every day, so I'm really happy for them. They were definitely missing my sister living here and not being able to be cuddled every day, so it's much better for them being there. You mean you found it in my Instagram? Oh, got it, got it. Yeah, it's quite a while back, isn't it? Do I have one rabbit or many? Charles doesn't have rabbits yet, so if you're talking to Charles, he doesn't have any yet. So my sister has two, but they were hers, so they're no longer living with us. Let me have a look. Oh my goodness, guys, I need to show you. Hang on. You need to see this amazing piece by Charles. Hopefully this will share the browser properly. No, not yet. Okay, let me just fix this up. You have to check this out, guys. It is amazing. Look at this beautiful piece. Let me see if I can make that a little smaller. There we go. Now you guys can check it out better. That is amazing. Charles, it looks incredible. That was yesterday's piece. So guys, this is the kind of stuff that you're gonna see if you attend Charles' streams. It is insane. And he kind of does them under blue light, so it looks, the little highlighted bits really glow. It is amazing. This is the type of cage you use for your rabbits and for your guinea pigs. Okay, let me have a look. I'm so glad the lag has left us. That is awesome. Ah, these are amazing, Ren. They work so good. Yeah. Are they easy enough to clean though? Get at least two if you are getting rabbits. Exactly. They are so social and they love to cuddle. It is almost just torture to see them alone. Oh, guys, here's another piece by Charles. Have a look at this one. This is incredible, Charles. Truly, truly incredible. I love how he's in motion. Like, you can completely see him moving, jumping through the air. Those flesh bits over his face are insane. He's like right out of a horror movie, isn't he? That is so cool. Amazing work. I hope we've not crashed. I have a feeling we have actually crashed. This is not good.